Now for the track guide. Guys, if you want to improve at a quicker pace, don't forget to check my sim racing course in the video description. Also give this video a like if you learned something. For turn 1 right here, we just want to take it flat, and turn 2 is important because this will set up everything in the next corners. You want to brake while you're on a straight line, but you first have to point the car, because if you will brake here, you will also brake and turn at the same time. So you just want to do your braking while you have 0 degrees of steering angle, and to do that you just have to steer first into the corner and then apply the brakes. And notice that initially when I'm braking, if you look at my telemetry of my steering wheel, I'm holding 0 degrees on the steering wheel. So the steering wheel is completely straight while braking. This is giving you more grip for the braking itself. Because if you will have even 5-10 degrees of steering angle, you won't be able to brake this efficiently. So in order to brake at my braking point, and by the way, the point for braking here is almost the end of the curb. So at this point in time, it's not the end of the curb, but almost. I'm pointing the car and I will start braking around here, you see. So slightly before the ending of the curb, that's going to be the braking point. And you want to hold the brakes all the way up to here, and from here you were still on the brakes. So look, this braking zone has 2 stages of braking. The first stage is basically turn 2, the second stage is turn 3, but at no point in time we never drop the brakes. In the middle I'm still holding like 5% braking. So this is important because this sets the rhythm of this corner, or this complex of corners. If you will brake too hard here and you will be on the throttle at this point in time, this will be very wrong. You will be losing a ton of lap time. The idea on this complex of corners is just to push the car deep all the way to the outside with a lot of speed, still being on the brakes, and almost treat those 2 corners as a single one. So this one right here, notice it's still on the brakes, and this one right here, imagine it's just a single long corner. That's it. Because if you think about it in this way, you will be on the brakes up until you exit the corner, and then you will be on the throttle when you exit turn 3. This is what I mean. So now regarding the inputs, you're noticing here that I'm dropping the brake a lot. I'm doing this because the car is quite unstable. I'm generating a lot of oversteer with this brake, and whenever I'm releasing the brakes in the sequence of corners, I'm inducing a bit of understeer here. So the car was unsettled because a lot of weight was on the front tires, and when you go uphill, it's not that bad because you're going uphill, right? But when you're starting to go on this straight line part, if you will maintain the braking, you will bring even more weight to the fronts, you see? So it's very easy to lose the car at this point. Notice that I'm counter steering at this point in time. So I want to take the right side, but I'm steering a bit towards the left. So in order to keep this neutral balance as efficiently as you can, you have to play with the brake release here on this no elevation part, let's say. And then you're gonna reapply the braking, because after the car gets stable, when it goes from that uphill to here and now you give it a bit of straight steering wheel angle, then the car will try to settle down, and then you can hustle it again with more braking and going in first gear. What's gonna be important though, you have to be early on throttle. This is the longest straight right now. Maybe not the longest straight, but the second to longest straight. If you look at the map, actually at the track map, you can argue that from turn 3 up until turn 6 is just a straight, right? So it makes sense that you want to be early on throttle because it's almost the same length as, you know, the last corner, turn 8 up until turn 2. So you have to be early on power. So at this point in time, even before hitting the curb, I'm already pushing the throttle, and you push it more and more and more. I could have used even more space here on the left. Don't be afraid to push the car just a tiny bit more. You won't get you off track. But the throttle application is critical. You want to stay close to the curb and very early on power. That's going to give you that sweet exit. And now it's just a long straight, but just to make sure you're not losing any unnecessary lap time, so easy lap time that can be gained. Take the shortest path here, almost hit this dirt around this part, And from this corner right here, again, think about the shortest route, just apex around the curb, and then at this point in time, you have to relax your hands. If you will force your steering wheel like this, you will scrub unnecessary speed. So just let the car roll wherever the car wants to roll. You won't run out of track. You will go at the edge, but not run out of track. Look. So near the grass at this point, just because my hands were relaxed. And then now this is just a long straight, so we can skip to the next corner. And here, my reference for braking will be before the curbing. So right now I'm applying the braking. Make sure you're braking with the steering wheel straight. Once again, double check that you are not steering a tiny bit towards the inside, because this is a very bad habit. To just micro steer towards the apex, keep the steering wheel straight, arrive to close to 100. To be honest with you, hitting 100 won't be that good. If you follow my track guides, I'm always saying go 90, 85, 95, but never 100. This will build a bad habit. So this is not a very good example, but as you notice, I'm dropping it from 100 and I'm holding 98, 99, 95. So I tried to make it more like a real race stint, but you have to focus on this. This is one thing that can easily gain a lot of lap time during a whole race. Not over a lap, but the whole race, because you won't spike the tire temps in each corner by braking just a bit softer. And the lap time that you will lose by braking less is not that much. It's like 0.01, 0.02, so it's almost the same, but you will have more tire life to play with and to race with, and it's generally an advantage over a longer run. Now, in terms of this corner is hard. This corner is difficult because if you cut too much, the car will easily lose the momentum and then almost will jump in the outside. So you will lose everything here if you cut too much, but if you cut too little, then you will have to delay your throttle application. So you have to get the feel for it. What I'm doing, obviously, in first gear for this type of corner, I'm trying to look with my vision here on the exit more, because if I will look in front, I know that I will have the instinct to turn a bit early. You just need a late apex. So I'm looking more towards here, and I'm still trail braking up until I hit the middle where I don't see that part anymore, and then I go and fully commit on the throttle. It's not an easy corner, you just need a bit more time, but in terms of braking, hold constant pressure, don't drop the brakes too quickly. If you do that, you're not going to be able to brake this late, and with your vision look more towards the exit. I think that's going to help. And now for the last corner, reference for braking the beginning of this curve, like right now when the red and white begins. I'm braking in a straight line, but very quickly I'm turning here. You don't have enough time to stay on a straight line. You will run out of front end grip. So turning quite quickly in first gear, I want to apex without touching this curb. If you touch this curbing, the car has the chance to in a way mount it and lean towards the left side, and you will be unbalanced. So definitely if you barely kiss it, if you barely brush it, it's gonna be an advantage. But because again it's a long straight, if you mess up this corner you will suffer. So it's better to be more sensible with the approach here. Get close to the white line and apex at the white line. This is on average gonna be a bit more consistent. If you have nothing to lose, then go a bit closer and apex at the white here in the beginning, but don't go here where it's taller. You will lose a lot of lap time. Going early on throttle, notice that I'm on power the moment that I'm hitting this curve. Like right now I'm building up my throttle, I have 4%. This is key because of a long straight, and using all the track like this. And in short, that's it. Hope you like it. Subscribe if you want to see more, and check out my course if you want to learn at a quicker pace. Bye!